What the haters talking about?
Hey yo, bring the fire all summer long with the big three and your homeboy Ice Cube. Starting July 10th on CBS, Thriller, and Fight TV. That's right, every Saturday. Bring the fire with the big three, baby. Yay, yay.
What's up, family? A 76-year-old woman was sent back to prison for not answering her phone during a class. To prevent prisoners from contracting COVID-19 last year, the Trump administration allowed nearly 4,500 inmates to be released. 76-year-old Gwen Levi was among those who qualified for the early dismissal. Gwen served 16 years of a 24-year sentence for conspiracy to sell at least 1 kilo of heroin. According to the Washington Post, Gwen is back in prison. The senior citizen was arrested, this time, for not answering her phone when authorities attempted to reach her. Gwen was reportedly in a computer word processing class in Baltimore's Inner Harbor at the time. As of June 12th, she is in a Washington, D.C. jail waiting to be transferred to a federal facility. The Federal Bureau of Prisons incident report states that officials discovered through her ankle monitor that Gwen was not where she was supposed to be. When she didn't answer her phone for a few hours, authorities who had been trying to reach her since 10 a.m. labeled her unapproved trip an escape. Gwen said she tried to do all the right things. She didn't know that she was not supposed to go to the class. She said that she apologized to her family and her mother. So, mother got to be up in like 90s or something, huh? Further indication, fam, that this is a backwards ass country. People without moral flexibility scare the hell out of me. The trip part is, they got a whole lot of moral flexibility when it comes to their wrongs, their shortcomings. They got a whole lot of moral flexibility. But when it comes to judging others, when it comes to penalizing others, punishing others, they have no room for mistakes. There's no room for error. How do you sleep? How do you sleep locking up a 76-year-old woman, even anybody, for trying to better themselves? She's in a damn computer class. It's verified, documented. Ain't like she was hanging out on the block, kicking it, and just looking at the number and putting them on, what do you call it, do not disturb or something. The woman was in a computer class. A 76-year-old woman was in a computer class. You walk into my courtroom with a 76-year-old woman talking about she violated her parole because you couldn't reach her for a few hours and you found out she was in a computer class. I'm going to kick your ass out of my courtroom on your head. But you know, that ain't how it go for them. That's too much like right. These evil, just plain evil. Evil for no reason. Demonic, just devils. I want to go back to a question that I asked earlier. How do you lock up a 76-year-old woman or anybody for being out of pocket for a few hours? You can't reach him. So you don't want to have any type of moral flexibility whatsoever. And let me say this, fam, before I get to that, back to that question, finish that question. When they put that ankle monitor on your ankle, They tell you to be at that house at a certain time and answer that phone, you better be at that house and you better answer that phone. Else, you find yourself in these type of positions. The way they see it, if they give you an ankle bracelet, if they give you any type of break, that's a privilege, and you should be honored, and you should be thankful. And if you violate the terms, they're gonna be like, see that? Tried to give you a break, you still couldn't act right. So guess what? Don't take this time. Don't walk into the trap. If they give you that probation or they give you that parole, don't hit the streets and go out there and do the same dumb stuff that you did to get yourself in the jam in the first place. But this is not what that woman is saying. First of all, 24 years for a damn kilo of cocaine. I don't know what the circumstances was, but that's too damn long in the first place. So they ain't did her no favors. Let's get that straight. Back to the question. How do you sleep at night giving a 76-year-old woman prison time for being out of pocket for a few hours? For being in a computer class, trying to better herself. How do you sleep? The answer is upside down. No more talk.
Hey yo, bring the fire all summer long with the big three and your homeboy Ice Cube. Starting July 10th on CBS, Thriller, and Fight TV. That's right, every Saturday. Bring the fire with the big three, baby. Yay, yay.